Hi guys, I'm going to be telling another story time. How I told my family I was pregnant with Levi at 17. Say hi, mama. She's getting so big, she's already 7 months. She's a meme. She's a meme now. Go check that out. I'll put the Instagram name at the bottom. But today is gonna be the story time and how I tell my parents, or my family in general, that I was pregnant with Levi at 17 years old. So, I grew up in a very, very, very strict family to where if I wanted to hang out with friends, they had to come see me at my house. I wanted to go somewhere, I had to have an adult present, which I don't really care because I wasn't that kind of kid that did like shady things. My whole family's like that, like my aunts and my uncles, everybody's like that, which isn't a bad thing. So I'm gonna be with these kids. There was a time when Juan and me just got really close to where he would be driving to see me all the time and he would be talking to me 24/7. He used to have to get up for work. He used to get at work at 5 o'clock in the morning and he would stay on FaceTime with me until 3 in the morning, which I do not know how he did that. I need my sleep. He just told me one day, just out of the blue, and he was like, oh, I wish I could live with you. I told my mom, I was like, hey mom, he just feels like it's really homey over here at our house. And she was like, oh. She was like, oh yeah, he can live in. And I was just like, you're kidding, right? You're playing with me right now.
Just like, no, he can live in.
I was sitting here like, after her being the most strict mother in the world, after her being that strict and then just letting him move in after a month of knowing him, that was crazy to me. I was happy. He was happy. So he moved in, he moved in my room. And then I remember me and my mom were cleaning the living room. I think it was the living room. She was tidying up the couch and I was sweeping, which I was not supposed to be freaking sweeping when I was pregnant, first trimester. I wasn't supposed to be doing it, but I did. It's because I was so nervous to tell her. Like, I didn't want anybody to suspect I was pregnant, and she just out of the blue said,
Rena, if you are doing anything, you better be using protection, because the last thing you need to do is be getting pregnant.
And I was just sitting there like, little do you know. I was where I started to panic. I told my, she's the one who was with me when I found out I was pregnant. She was the one who took me to a women's clinic, I think that's what it's called. I got my first sonogram with Levi. I cried like a baby, but it was a good happy cry because I don't know, in a way my purpose now are these kids. These kids mean the world to me. They're what I needed. I'm sorry for looking like crap right now. I'm so tired. You can see my bags through my makeup. That's horrible. Anyway. Yeah, after that, I told her, I was like, I have to tell her. I have to tell everybody. It's starting to like weigh heavy on me that nobody knows that I am. All my family was over. Not all my family. I take that back. It was and her brothers. And they were hanging out in the room and they were like, all of them knew because we were all super close at the time. And I told Juan, I was like, I'm about to tell my mom. He was like, okay, you want to go get some Sonic or something? So they went to Sonic while we told them, because he was scared, which is understandable. Me and go in the room and I just politely sit in front of my mother while she's on the phone. I'm like, mom, can you please get off the phone real quick? I need to talk to you. And she was like,
you better not be pregnant.
And I was like, I cried. I started crying. And then had my sonogram in her pocket and she took it out and showed her. She was like,
you're kidding. But
it wasn't like a mad kidding. And I was just sitting there like quietly and I just bursted out into tears. And the first thing that she said after she knew I was being serious is,
you made me a grandma.
That's it. And then I told my stepdad and they were like,
I'm gonna play a prank on him.
My stepdad had a gun, had it in the closet, and he was like,
it's not Louis, I promise.
He walked into the room. I was in my room in our house. It was like pretty old houses, so where we had like windows on top of the doors, like in my room, in the living room. looking into my room, but it's like really high. We had like high ceilings. Anyway, I jumped on top of the couch in the corner and looked above just to see his reaction. I think I recorded it, but I completely lost everything because of my phone that I had at the time just died. It was crappy. Anyway, I was on top of there. My stepdad was like, okay, I'm gonna go do it. And I see him walk in. And mind you, before all of this happened, my cousin, he was like,
Don't worry, Juan. If he does anything, I got you.
my stepdad walks in the room, busts the doors open. He's like,
You think you can walk into people's house and get people pregnant?
and when I tell you, Juan, he was in the corner, like this corner right here. He was in the corner. He was like, and my cousin, he was just sitting there on the bed, froze. And he was like,
Nah, I'm playing with you.
and Juan was like,
I thought you were for real.
when it comes to it, they weren't really mad. They were kind of happy because I feel like our family was missing a little part of it. Levi was the first grandchild on both sides, Juan's family and my family. And it was an exciting thing. It was very exciting. After I told my mom, the hard part was telling my grandparents. Now mind you, my grandparents are strong believers in being married before relations, or being married if you were pregnant. So we had a talk, and it wasn't really a mean talk. It wasn't like a pressure talk. It was just like, I hope you go down the right path and I want you to get married. Which me and Juan, we knew we were gonna get married, we just didn't know when. They just wanted to give us advice on, you know, we're young, we're gonna start a family, and you know what to do. They were really happy. They were excited, and every time they see Harlow and Levi, their face lights up. They're so happy. Like, my grandpa gets a kick out of Levi because he has the same attitude as him, and he does this thing, my grandpa, where he used to pinch us. He pinched us, and he did it to Levi. Now he goes, it's the cutest. It kind of sucks because it hurts because he got some nails, but it's pretty cute. But that was my experience telling my family. It wasn't really a horrible one. You know, I was more scared because I didn't want to disappoint them, because I mean, I was raised to be good, and I felt like I was just horrible now. Like, I felt like I was a horrible kid and I just betrayed them all. When I told them, it was like a weight was lifted off of my shoulder. It really did help, and it helped knowing that, you know, they were supportive of it. And my mom, literally the next day, she made me an appointment to start, you know, keeping track of everything. And it was just nice to not be the disappointment, you know, just for getting pregnant at 17. And me and Juan, it's pretty crazy because we barely really knew each other, and we had a kid together. I remember he was like, do you want to have a kid? And I was like, yeah. Like, it was just one of those things to where I knew. We may drive each other crazy, but I love him and I love these kids, and they are the best thing I have ever done in my life, hands down. They drive me a little batty sometimes. They make me question my sanity, but they are amazing. They're such smart kids. It's nice to have a family of your own. It really is. Now we're just watching them grow. Okay, I hope you guys liked it. If you like this story time, give it a thumbs up. If you want more story times, comment down below, and I definitely will, because I actually enjoy these. So give it a thumbs up, follow us on social medias, and thank you guys for watching.